Yes.
But tell them all about your wares.
All about my wares. Yeah, should I talk about the wines as we sort of go through maybe? So,
Sure, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, a little bit about Renaissance is funny, 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, all that sort of thing. I actually live right around the corner from you guys in Maple Ridge. I have walked to your shop several times, and I do a lot of business with the Swirl QA shop, and so they provide a lot of wine, which is our wine, to your tastings and events. So, yes, Brittany and the group. So, it's kind of funny how everything comes together. So I am a wine merchant, wine consultant. What is that you say? Essentially, I'm a wine advocate. There's wineries and there's places like restaurants, liquor stores, government liquor stores, private liquor stores, VQA shops. I am the person who brings the two together. So I talk, drink, and sell good wine every day. Not such a difficult life to have, especially when you have such a good portfolio. So I work for a company called Renaissance Wine Merchants. It was started by a gentleman named Mark Ferrier, probably about 15 years ago. He lives in Calgary. He was working for a wine firm at the time. He also owned a wine shop. He decided, I want to do this on my own. He and his wife traveled to Napa. They started signing up great wineries, iconic wineries like Chateau Montelena, Patson Hall, which is very exciting, and that's how Renaissance was started. I myself started in the industry working at a wine shop while I was going to university. My passion grew from there. It was actually a trip to the Okanagan. It was one of those Jesus shining the light on me kind of moments where everything made sense. I wasn't even going up to the Okanagan to go wine touring or tasting, but it was a really poor weekend. It was my birthday. We were going to go to the beach. We realized that's not going to work out, so we just started hitting the wineries. And I came home with 7 cases of wine. Most of my tuition had been spent for that year, so I had to work really hard to make it back. And went from there, started taking courses, worked as a private wine consultant for the last few years, then eventually I decided to go to the dark side and become a wine consultant. I purposely searched out a couple of companies that I felt their portfolio was really interesting, balanced, exciting, because if I'm just pushing wine at the end of the day, it doesn't really interest me. I found Renaissance, they were a great fit. Culturally, they're a mid-tier wine company. We have wineries from all over the world, but essentially our BC brands are our core. That's sort of the heart and soul, and we build off of that. We represent Tinhorn Creek Vineyards, one of the iconic founding wineries of BC, started in 1992 by Sandra Oldfield, her husband, and their partners. We represent Summerhill Pyramid Winery. They have Sykes Brut, arguably the most decorated wine in BC history. They were the first ones to be certified organic and biodynamic here in Canada. We represent Desert Hills, which is a new proposition for us. We brought them on this summer. Great 3 East Indian brothers came to this country, started out as grape pickers and ended up owning Desert Hills themselves, so the dream did come alive. And Moon Cursor, which was formerly Twisted Tree, which was a husband-wife team who got sick of their day jobs, started a winery, and now have racked up some of the most impressive accolades in BC wine history. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. What we're starting with tonight is something that Summerhill can be very proud of. It's their organic Riesling. So Summerhill is all about the land, all about the earth. Stephen Sykes, who started Summerhill with Eric von Krozik, the winemaker. He was a real estate magnate in New York, saw the way that they were trashing their environment, got sick of it, moved the whole family out here to the Okanagan, bought a vineyard, and was looking at all the chemicals that were being dumped on these vineyards to make these wines, and he said enough of that. They started the organic project, and it grew from there. This Riesling is sort of a tip of the hat to Eric von Krozik's winemaking skills and his schooling. So Eric learned in the Mosel in Germany. So he loves Mosel Riesling. He'd always been trying to go for that Mosel style Riesling. So that means low alcohol, high residual sugar, good backbone of acidity. This is the kind of wine that can cut through heavy cheeses, lots of salted foods, savory foods, things with spice. Riesling is probably the most versatile grape in the world, and also one of the oldest aging grapes in the world. And so this is what he made. The 2010 Organic Riesling won Best White in BC at the Fall Wine Awards, and the whole, again, going back to that 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon thing, what's interesting is that the clippings that started the Riesling vineyards at Summerhill came from St. Urbanshof, which is an iconic Mosel producer, and we also represent St. Urbanshof. And there was no way that that connection was made sort of through us. That we brought those wineries together, it's just a nice thing. So when Nick from St. Urban's Hub comes to town, he always drinks a little bit of Summerhill Riesling because it's a little bit of his heritage in each bottle, which is kind of nice. So there you have it. There's quick and easy, but if you have any other questions, obviously I'm here all night, and you can ask me whatever you'd like.
Did you bring business cards?
I did bring some business cards, yes.
Man, you're gonna look bad. That guy's got no business.